created to have some fun together, sharing and singing. So, join and enjoy.
Our love for opera brings us together. Thanks for being with us in this trip.
Hi, hi, hello everybody. Thank you very much for still joining us. I know that it's been a couple of weeks since we hadn't shared our programs. There's a couple of things, of course, updates that we would like to share with you a little ahead. And it really took us a couple of weeks to share with you this program that we are calling some sort of a celebration. We would like to celebrate that we are Mexican, that we are Latin American, and of course these are not opera arias, but this is such the ones that we are sharing today are such beautiful pieces that of course need to be part of the international repertory, and in fact some of them really are. And before I start talking too much, because you know already that I really like talking too much, sometimes more than singing, and let me plug my computer because else we are going to fall in trouble soon. We are going to start with a melody that I am pretty sure that everybody knows already by now, and it has been sung so many times by so many singers in so many styles with so many variations that if you are not a speaker of Spanish, you will not be able to get what I will be singing. But it has been there are so many variations of this song that no one really knows what was the first one. I am talking of a song that was made popular recently, also by popular singers in Mexico, and internationally by Disney. You know, this everything that Disney turns into a movie turns out to be a great success. And from a movie called Coco, many people learned of this song from the movie Coco. This is what we are going to be doing today. This is not to be considered a, let's say, a classical fine Mexican music, but it's or it's closer to folklore music in Mexico. It is of such a beauty that, of course, I understand that the best way to do it, at least from my perspective, is with a guitar accompaniment. For those who play the guitar will notice that it is in fact requinteado, and as I am not a specialist in guitar, I cannot give any more details, but I know that you will love this song as much as will Mexicans love. So the song is La Llorona.
Todos me dicen el negro, llorona, negro pero cariñoso. Todos me dicen el negro, llorona, negro pero cariñoso. Yo soy como el chile verde, llorona, picante pero sabroso. Yo soy como el chile verde, llorona, picante pero sabroso. Ay, de mi llorona, 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 mi azul celeste. Ay, de mi llorona, 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 de azul celeste. Y aunque la vida me cueste, llorona, no dejaré de quererte. Y aunque la vida me cueste, llorona, no dejaré de quererte. Si al cielo subir pudiera, llorona, las estrellas te bajarán. Si al cielo subir pudiera, llorona, las estrellas te bajarán. La lona a tus pies pusiera, llorona, y con el sol te coronara. La lona a tus pies pusiera, llorona, y con el sol te coronara. Ay, de mi llorona, 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 llévame al río. Ay, de mi llorona, 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 llévame al río. Tápame con tu rebozo, llorona, porque me muero de frío. Tápame con tu rebozo, llorona, porque me muero de frío. No sé qué tienen las flores, llorona, las flores del campo santo. No sé qué tienen las flores, llorona, las flores del campo santo. Que cuando las mueve el viento, llorona, parece que están llorando. Que cuando las mueve el viento, llorona, parece que están llorando. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona, llorona del campo santo. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona, llorona del campo santo. Si mueres, muero contigo, llorona, si vives, te sigo amando. Si mueres, muero contigo, llorona, si vives, te sigo amando.
And I think you may agree with me that this is such a beautiful folklore song from the in fact, let me put that on the screen because I should have already done that. Given that today is a celebration of Mexico and Latin America, this song is what is called Canción Istmeña. That Canción Istmeña makes reference to what I am trying to. If you notice the shape of Mexico, the area that is close to Central America, that is usually called the Zona Istmeña, and that's the region from where the Llorona comes from. And before we proceed, you may have noticed that Katia is particularly silent today, and that has an explanation. If you may recall, she has been gone through a minor surgery. Things, unfortunately, have not gone as good. They have been a little wrong to her, so she's still in recovery, and that's why she's not able to sing with us, or for us, or for everybody this time. But she's making a very, very great effort to be with us today. So you may notice her speaking very little and most of the time just supporting this program here. So thank you very much, Katia, for the effort. And I wanted also to share with you two anecdotes around this song. You could be singing La Llorona forever because the melody, if you notice, it is always the same. You just change the verses, the content, but the music is like I would say like in a circle. It repeats and repeats and repeats, and that's the reason why there's people who have identified over 100 verses of La Llorona. So that's like the infinite song. um, but the two anecdotes that I wanted to share with you around La Llorona, one of them is of a little over a year when I was working on some I would call them music shops in a cultural center in one of the in a destination within Mexico, and it was funny because I had prepared for that day this song, and there was a I just forgot the shop. There were other shops, and there was this shop for children, like musical expression with bodies, some sort of that um, shop. And so there were dozens of children inside of that shop, and I happened to be singing outside that shop on the garden of that beautiful cultural center. So when I started playing this, the children were already leaving the shop, but I recall three children that noticed the music and started pushing their mom, saying, "Mom, La Llorona, I want to sing it." So they pulled their mothers, and I have a very nice memory of myself that the three children, one at a time, were singing with me, were singing along with me. So I was showing them the score and guiding them through the words. But in fact, they really didn't care about the score. They just wanted to sing it. And the following Wednesdays, because those presentations were on Wednesdays, the following Wednesdays, those three children would come and reach to me and say hi, and that they wanted to sing La Llorona, which of course was not the case because the other weeks we were working on Carmen, La Traviata, Barbarie di Siviglia. So the Llorona was not really the key part of that. I also recall that time when I was working with these three children singing along with me, there was another young girl who was walking outside the cultural center, and she pushed her grandfather to enter the cultural center because she also wanted to sing. I was already packing up everything, and so she started to cry because she wasn't going to be singing the song. So I had to unpack everything and let her sing this also. It is a very nice memory that I keep, and this shows also how music can reach the hearts and understanding of people no matter the age. Personally, I like it when I see how children, how young people approach music, and it was the case. And that was my first anecdote. And maybe that should be the only anecdote I should be sharing, because we are already at several minutes in the transmission, and it will take forever if I keep talking. Okay, so I was talking. I said that we are not going to make Katia sing today. Maybe just talk a little. But Katia, share us a little of what for you. What do you feel when you listen to our Mexican music, like this one, La Llorona, now very famous everywhere?
La Llorona, sorry, I don't have a very good voice today either. um, I think it's a very beautiful, popular song, popular Mexican song. When you have this kind of music in your hands, it is easy to lose in which is the original text. But I think that somehow it keeps its sense, and you can perceive and learn and enjoy certain cultural issues in the text. And it's music that I really love because it's like tasting their flavors that you can find in Oaxaca because it's el istmo. Uh, you find it in Oaxaca. My grandmother was from there, so I have to say that I have a part of Oaxaca within me, and it's very, very delightful music. It's warm and tasty. I would say that it sounds like especiada.
People from Oaxaca, and please don't get me wrong, people from Oaxaca are so special. They are excellent cooks. Most of the traditional medicine from Mexico is also from Oaxaca. And of course, this very beautiful music is also from that beautiful region of Oaxaca. But now let's continue with another song. Most of the songs that I have today, I was telling you, is not only not Mexican, and you will see ahead Latin American fine, fine academic concert music, but closer to folklore. Not all of them, but this is the case of the following song. Now, if you notice, and if you are familiar with one of the greatest civilizations of the past, the Mayans, of course, I am speaking of the Mayans, one of the most advanced societies of the past, which were basically extinguished by the time the Spanish came to this continent. But to the Mayans, we deserve not only the archaeological sites, but too much knowledge that we still preserve today. And there is this sincere respect that we have towards the Mayans. And speaking of that area that you know is the tip of the boot, if you look at Mexico, where the toes would go, that is the tip of Mexico. That is most of the region where the Mayans created their civilization, also along with Guatemala and part of Belize. Some people say that they even reached Honduras. And that area where the Mayans grew is called the Mayaf. When I was working on this song, working on the 50 music postcards, I had a chance of meeting. He was not a Mayan, but he came from that region, and he taught me how to pronounce some of the words that are inside this beautiful song. I am speaking of El Caminante del Mayaf, the walker or the person who walks from one city to the other. Within the Mayap region, they would do commerce, they would take messages, and they had a very important. Still have a very important role in that region. And this very beautiful song, written by Guti Cárdenas, one of the most relevant composers from that region in the region now called the Mayaf, wrote this song in sort of recognition, acknowledgement, and thanking these people who have done so much for this country or for this region. And there is a special flavor in this song because I would like to invite you to imagine or to picture in your minds that you are a person that comes from one small village to the other. Sometimes in the night, sometimes in the afternoon, you take a rest. And while you are resting, you listen to the sounds of the animals, of the birds, and of the insects that are also depicted in this very beautiful song. Some words you are not going to understand because I didn't understand them myself. I needed them to be explained to me. Not only the pronunciation, but also what those birds and insects were. So I invite you to enjoy this very beautiful song called El Caminante del Mayaf by Maestro Guti Cárdenas.
Caminante
This amazing song written by Guti Cardenas, I really enjoy singing it because in my mind, I really picture these people. For some reason, I picture them as ancient people, walking through the forest, being in one with nature. And the music somehow, the melody transports us there. And that is, of course, extraordinary. But let's keep moving with music. I am skipping all the traditional Agustin Lara, Maria Griver songs for reasons that I have. Guess what? It's time to jump for Cuba. Let's go for Cuba. I have shared with you in the past that for reasons I cannot understand or explain, we Mexicans like Cubans a lot. Cubans come to Mexico and there is usually a very good relationship. We like them, they enjoy being here. And it is also known that the people of Cuba have suffered of economic blockage for a good number of years already. It is no secret to anyone that they live in very difficult conditions. And so every time that they arrive, any Cuban arrives to Mexico, of course, they are very much welcome. The heart of Mexicans is always open to anybody who wants to join us in our very dear country. And as it is the case now for Ernesto Lecuona, who wrote a good number of songs, very, very famous songs. In this, he being Cuban, his style, his taste for the music is so very particular and attractive that I will be sharing with you this song that is called Maria Lao. The story of a woman who was not very good with the singer at the beginning, but things go horribly wrong, and now now that destiny has changed, now he has to somehow be empathetic with her, but still keeps in his mind that she didn't want to be with him. That's going to be the case for Maria Lao. But before I proceed to Maria Lao, maybe we can have Katia speak for other 30 seconds and share some thoughts on Cuba and the Cuban music.
Yeah, I have Ernesto Lepona like very present in my mind because one of my father's favorite songs, it was La Comparsa, also written by Ernesto Lepona. So it's very, very beautiful music. And now that I see your map and the way you are making us travel through Latin America, I kind of thinking about this old movie, Los Tres Caballeros. It is a beautiful movie.
It is. It certainly is. I'm not sure if it is subtitled for people who don't speak it in the native language, but if it is, I don't even know how it is called that picture in English.
No idea.
Well, keep it in your mind if you ever run into that movie. Okay, so let's go for Maria Lao.
Volata infeliz, tu vida acabó, de risa y guarachas se ha roto el bongo que oías ayer, temblando de amor, y con ilusión junto un hombre cruel. Su amor ya se fue de mi corazón, que hoy ya me aborrece, porque mi pasión creía su traición, ya tan solo es sed ya no más cantar. María la ahora es de llorar y de recordar el tiempo feliz de tus besos que portas ya voló. María Lao, todo se acabó. María Lao, tu amor ya se fue y jamás él volverá. María Lao, sueña en morir. Su amor ya se fue de mi corazón, que hoy ya me aborrece porque mi pasión, que dio su traición, ya tan solo es, se debe al fin tendido a mis pies. María Lao, ya no más cantar. María Lao, ahora es de llorar y de recordar el tiempo feliz de tus besos que forjas ya voló. María Lao, todo se acabó. María Lao, tu amor ya se fue y jamás él volverá. María Lao, sueña en morir.
Well, that was the lovely Maria Lao. The melody of Maria Lao. Ta-ra-ra-ra-ra, ta-ra-ra-ra-ra, ta-ta-ta-ra-ta. I really like that part of the melody. That's what makes it more. I feel it more Caribbean. I hope you agree. But that's how I feel it. Well, except for Maria Lao, which was too operatic, the rest of the songs tend not to be that operatic. From my perspective, at least. Because let me remind you that I have when I have shared these songs with some other friends and I tell them that I am not going to sing it very operatic, they always tell me, no, you sounded completely like an opera singer. So never been successful in not doing that. Okay, so we are going to go now for another very beautiful song. Let me see if we are going to travel somewhere else, because I think we are traveling. Oh, don't pay attention to Katya's camera. She's doing something. So, and maybe at this point I should be sharing something else. Maybe I should describe a little on how things are going for people who listen it through the podcasts. Because for people watching it on YouTube, it's very simple. They see my camera to the right, Katya's camera to the left, and usually in the center we have an image or something that we are sharing. So usually when I sing, there's usually a few seconds when nothing is heard, because I usually step back a meter and a half from the mic. So, but all that people in the podcasts never notice. Whenever I'm speaking, Katya is always disapproving my comments with her head, nodding, saying, no, that's impossible. So, like now, when she's saying, no. But usually, that's what happens in the camera. Well, what you're when for people in the podcasts who are not watching the camera, because people who are just relying on their ears, they notice that there are many pauses, and those pauses are because of that. Sometimes we are giving room for Katya to get ready and start singing, or I'm going to do it, but I step backwards, and those things happen. But now it's time to talk about